Alright. Team straight up. We are going to be playing some Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight. Hello, Santa. I'm just gonna do the intro right now before I start the actually playing the game. Get the little details. Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight. Basically, it's a dancing spin-off game to the Persona 3 series. Because mostly this is a dream from their reality. If I were to guess where they are right now, it's probably somewhere before the end of the game. Or somewhere way before then.
Persona 3, Dancing in Moonlight.
Before I even start dancing, I want to check on my social. You know, I'm just waiting for like a few more people to get in here. Just watch what everyone's reaction is in this socials. There may be choices in here too. Probably you can choose for me. Since I've already seen through all this. I didn't see all of the answers. But hey, what you gonna do? What on here? Oh, hey, Max, I didn't see you there. Okay, let's let's get on with this. Yukari called you over.
Hey there. Sorry, I still don't really get what's going on here. This is a dream, right? In reality, we're all asleep in our beds, which means we're all having the same dream?
Most likely. Sounds about right.
And we don't have to worry about time, right? We'll forget everything when we wake up? Well, no sense in overthinking it. I'll go with the flow. It's scary how used to this I am. Somehow, it just feels like another day to me. A few years ago, I would have been freaking out. I adjust to things way too fast. Dancing, though? That really came out of nowhere.
Okay, what should I do? What should I choose from here? Are you confident? Do you have any experience? Something. No idea. You see me getting all quiet. I'm actually spreading this live stream all over social media right now. Yeah, Mass, it's getting real fast. Yeah, it definitely is right now. You know, let's go with, do you have any experience?
No, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Oh, but I think I can picture myself doing it. I like music, and I watch dance videos.
Huh.
What else? Cheerleading? I kinda used to think that was cool.
Cheerleading? It's kinda hard to picture you as someone as a cheerleader.
I turned down the cheerleading club when they asked me to join. I was too embarrassed.
Wow, I kinda caught that, didn't I?
What about you? Ever
That
tear
guy
up the
looks
dance floor
like
anywhere?
me.
Like at Club Escapade?
Oh, you're talking about the main character? Hmm. Oh, hey Czar. I mean, you're not late. We just barely started on this. We're just doing some 3 dancing in Moonlight right now. Just talking to you, Yukari here. What the? Hang on, guys. I got a phone call just now. Okay, I'm back. I'm just... I have a family emergency, just talk. Nothing big. I can see your car as a chew. You know, I kind of see that too, Czar. Sadly, she just turned that down because it was embarrassing for her. Second option. Okay, let's go with the second option. Only in the VIP room.
What, really? Whoa, no way. Well, I guess that'll come in handy here, huh? I used to be interested in dancing, so this seems like a good chance to try it out. Honestly, I still think this is crazy, but then again, I can dance my heart out here. I'll be counting on you if something happens, okay? You seem like you can handle anything.
I pretty much can, you know. Let me sign for the Personify Strike. Oh, you're getting that too, Mass? Yeah, I'm getting that as well. I'm getting it when the game come out on the... as soon as it releases in February. Actually, what day does that game come out? Let me look again. Because if it's getting close to that release date, I might as well have to pre-order it. Oh, it's on the 20th. Oh, that's Japan's release date. What's the North America's release date? Come on, website. Give me a better release on the release date. This game came out like what, a year ago? In Japan. It's called Scramble. Yeah, let's keep it that way, Czar. Okay, the game's gonna release on February 23rd of this year. Well, better mark my calendar. That game comes out on February 23rd, Tuesday. It seems Shikari is depending on you.
Alright, I think I'll go practice. It's our job to hype up the crowd, right? Okay, time to dance. I'm gonna be the disco queen.
Disco is dead. You mean the club queen? Either option seems funny to me though. You know, Maz, I think I can actually see the resemblance a little bit now. You and this protagonist here kind of do look similar. You mean, Club Queen Yukari.
Huh? Is that not right?
You seem very surprised about that. You leave your character practicing her dancing and return to your room. Junpei and Yukari are chatting.
Oh, you're here to practice too?
Whew, that was a good workout. I'm gonna take a little break.
Being together like this, it's almost like we're back in the dorm.
This dream rocks. I don't have to go to class, and my room is the same as it is in reality.
Oh, you mean our waiting rooms? Yeah, I was surprised. It looks just like my actual room. It even has all the same things in it. How does that work? Like, I wanted to listen to a CD, but it wasn't in its case here either. Wait.
What's
What?
up, Yucatan?
I just realized I let you borrow that CD, Junpei.
You remembered that, huh?
Oh. Well, he's in trouble.
Unbelievable. Give it back already.
Yeah, wait, please. Just hold on to it for a little longer. Actually, can I borrow a few more?
Are you kidding me? How about you give back what you've already got first? Wait.
Am I just really sitting between this conversation with CDs? You do know this is a dream, right?
Oh, nice one, dude! Oh, that's too bad. Nothing we can do about it, huh?
Oh, you little... Well, I guess this is a dream, so we'll forget everything when we wake up. Alright, just forget Stupay for now. Hey, you're always wearing earphones, huh? What kind of stuff do you listen to?
You just realized I always wear earphones? I mean, it's funny. He's the only character in this game that actually wears earphones all the time. And I mean all the time. He never goes anywhere without his MP3. Huh. What kind of stuff I listen to? Tense music? Relaxing music? I'm not telling you. Sometimes you don't even know what kind of music this guy listened to. Well, based on the Persona 3's intro to the game, really. He was actually listening to the freaking mixed version of he was listening to a mixed version of the final battle music for the game. That is pretty relaxing. Yeah, look at what your choices are. Relaxing music.
Oh, like classical? I can sort of picture that.
For me, it's gotta be rock, and maybe a little pop. I'm a pretty good singer myself, you know? Don't believe me? Wait till I'm on stage.
Don't want to know.
Yeah, same here.
Ah, come on! At least listen!
Music sure is interesting, though. Just listening to it is enough to fire someone up or make them cry.
Yeah, but you do realize there's 3 different intros for Persona 3, right? There's the original for the PS2, and there's the Fest one, which is very different than the original. And there's the portables version of it, which introduced the female. Actually, now I realize that this game has been out for a while, and the portable came out like in 2010. It would have been interesting to have the female protagonists. Yeah, there's 3 intros. The original Persona 3, including Fest, has 2 different intros. Well, I have the Fest version. I have the Fest one, which is short for festive, because that one's a little bit more longer, because it plays through the original journey, which has the original intro. It's just the first intro for Persona 3 Fest. It has it just mostly just shows gameplay and cinematic cutscenes from the game itself, but has a different music. And also, the thing about Fest's version of Persona 3, there's more personas you can get on that one. And also there is a thing called The Answer. The Answer, well, put in details, is actually, if you actually play the original Persona 3 game, you actually never know about. There's a thing on what happened to the main character. The Answer actually tells you the story, what happens to that main character. And let's just say from there, I guess became the main character for that one. Why do you need 3 intros for one game? Well, Persona 3 Fest has the 2 intros. The new intro for that version, and the original Persona 3's intro for the original. And Portable, it does the same thing, minus the new intro for the Fest version. Just a new intro and play the original Persona 3's intro for that one. Little fun hint with that one. I actually played the Persona 3 Portable That's my first time playing the Persona 3. I played through the female route. And it does not mean you just need to be the girl just to play the female protagonist. It's just for those veteran players who actually played through the first Persona 3 and the FES version of the game. What's the big end with that one? Just those who wants to like a new look and new social links. Right now, I'm actually on my second playthrough on that one, the female route. What I did right now, I got like half the social links done. Just finished up Shojiro. Yeah, that's the fun thing about one. The male protagonist doesn't even have to do social links with the male teammates. The female one does. Let's see. There's actually like 2 other characters on there. There's 2 new female characters in there that the male social link does not even have. There's a girl for the club for the volleyball and track team named Rio. And there's this one new girl who's, well, basically your senior, but she's been held back, named Sayori. You can look it up yourself, you can see them. But interesting about them, like, they do appear in the Persona 3's film. If you want to actually watch the film without playing the game, I recommend watch those 4 movies. Sadly, I haven't even seen the film yet. Alright, Zara, see you when you get back. Okay, he's gone a little bit. So, who's still here? From the 4 people, minus Zara.
It can even make you remember the past, if you listen to a song from that time.
I do feel you.
Right? Memories just come flooding back.
Yeah, I was so young and foolish back in the day.
Not that you really learned anything.
Aw, lay off! I worked hard to get where I am.
The music we listened to this year, it's definitely linked to our memories.
It's pretty much is right now. I mean, what year are we even in? We're in 2009.
Maybe we'll end
Alright,
up
Santa,
remembering
that's
this
good.
place after all.
So how you liking the game so far with the characters?
So we have to do our best. I don't want my memories of this place to be embarrassing.
Yeah, let's do our best.
Okay. I mean, we won't get a chance like this again, right?
Yukari seems really motivated.
I'm raring to go too. This is gonna be the best night ever.
Something wrong with this headset. Hold on, let me see. Okay. God, that other one got a struggle on my ear right now. I think it might shorten on the sound, so I might need to buy a new one pretty soon. So, from now on with my live stream, I'm going to be using the headset that's, you know, Jay Lin bought for me, you know, from last year.
We're gonna forget everything anyway, so we don't have to worry about Junpei messing up. I do wish I could remember seeing everyone on stage, though.
Wait! Why am I the only one getting singled out here?
I don't know. You chat with everyone for a while, then you return to your room. Okay, let's actually get to the dancing part. I'm just gonna pick a random song. Okay, let's do this one.
charisma's off the charts!
Got that right, Santa. Let's bust some moves. Who's my dancing partner? Oh, Fuka. Sure, let me get someone different. Okay, there's Igus.
Take the stage. I'll make this quick.
Let's try to stay in rhythm.
Welcome back, Maz. Just in time for the dancing.
Absolutely amazing. Well done.
Really is beautiful.
Hello, Carter.
Here you go.
All right, go. You're right on point. Keep it up.
Those are some deft moves. Yeah. Nailed it. Wow, strong moves you got there.
Yeah, they're on fire.
Here you go. Nailed it.
Let's do this.
Full speed ahead. I want to dance like that too.
Keep going.
Well done. Thank you, Junpei-san. Well done.
A star like me and a beauty like you. Hey, you listening? That was a blast, I-John. Come back soon. Nailed it. Yeah. Take that. King Crazy! This is the true power of a star. Absolute perfection.
Your coolness went up, Junpei-san. I think.
That went well. So, what do you think of that? Okay, let's get something else. Actually, let's play this one. The intro to Persona 5. Okay, some of these may not involve dancing, but actually involves actual footage from games, intros.
Brilliant!
Wait, how did I get a good? I don't remember hitting. Oh god. Well, at least I still pass. Okay, let's see if I can change this brilliant to a King Crazy. This is a Persona 3's outro music. This is gonna be a lengthy one. There's my ultimate persona, Messiah. Here's the thing different about the Persona 3's but Ultimate Persona summons. Everyone's Ultimate Personas are go through story-wise. You don't have to max them out either. Peaceful. Yes, it is, Maz. I guess you like the song, son. Oh yeah, that's the part where we got crucified. Not a fun moment back then. Just to find out there was someone in there that makes it defeat shadows, but turns out he's using them for a different purpose. But have us could be a sacrifice, crucified. If you guys got questions about this game, or about the story you see about these cutscenes here, go ahead and ask me. I can actually answer them 100%. Like, who's this character? what's this character doing, what's their personas, and what these cutscenes mean. I'd be gladly to answer them since I played this already in like the original portable version. There's me. The end.
King crazy.
There we go. So, what do you guys think of that music just now? And the ending credits for Persona 3. Might be a little confusing since some of you never actually played to the end before. Pick something different. Okay. Let's go this one, the first one.
My turn.
Oh, hey 18, glad you make it. Actually, this time for this song, I want to play the main character, Makoto Yuki. The Son of God, basically. How are you feeling, 18? Still feel a bit down? Hey guys, I want you to choose an outfit for me for this song. Okay, first hand, let me get y'all heads up about this one. The Winter Gekkokan outfit and my Cease equipment. Yeah, they're the same outfits, but difference is I wear the Cease armband, which is the team's name that we fight shadows. The Cease stands for Specialized Extracurricular Extermination Squad. Long name, isn't it? So we just call it Cease. Well, 18, just glad you're here. Besides, your twin brother 17 is gonna make you feel better by playing the live stream for you. Hoping this actually, you know, make you a little better. Your jacket. Wait, which one? Are you talking about the ball stage outfit, or are you talking about the uniform? You know, it's kind of funny. Even though my voice a little bit right now, it's kind of sound closely to Makoto Yuki's actual voice. You know, that'd be something. If you guys want me to do like any Persona character's voice, or like do like voice clip demo reels of them doing the actual voice practice, just let me know and I'll probably do it. Oh, his winter uniform. Actually, I do see it now, actually, Maz. I actually had to look at your profile again to see it. Okay, so... which outfit do I want to choose for this one? The summer out uniform, winter, my summer clothes, my winter clothes, my tracksuit jersey, my swimming shorts, my uniform again but with the Caesar band, the Santa costume, butler, or the velvet room, or just go completely random. Alright, 18. You do you. You do you. Yeah, as I said before, is there any questions about this game or characters? Just fire it away. I can answer them 100%. Since I pretty basically know about all of this. Well, since you brought up the idea that his uniform kind of looks like your jacket, I'm gonna wear the uniform.
How do I look?
Okay, let's... pick some different glasses. The 70s glasses. Actually, let me go with this one. Know nothing about the game. Well, sis, I'm glad you said something about this game, because is there something you want to know about this game's details? I can actually gladly answer that. Basically, this is just a spin-off game for dancing, but the actual series is called Persona 3/Fist/Portable. Yeah, funny, it's 3 games, but the same story, but Portable has a female protagonist this time. She's basically the same as this guy, but her choice of words is she's more of an upbeat, easygoing, and friendly protagonist than him. But their traits are pretty much the same. Okay, for the story-wise, you are a group of teenagers. Well, let's start with his story first. Makoto, the main protagonist, from 10 years ago, lost both his parents to a tragic accident. At a very young age, really. So, he's been moving from place to place, school after school. He's pretty much an orphan at this point. So he's moved to the Tatsumi Port Island, which is where he's going to start his new school year at Gekkokan High School. Until eventually he meets up with the thing called the Dark Hour, which is basically an hour between midnight and the next day. So every midnight at 12 a.m. the Dark Hour hits, and that hour hits. It goes back to normal time. So basically, think of it. It's hit midnight. You're in the Dark Hour. It's there for an hour. And then after that's done, it's still stuck at midnight. And it goes normal time. Okay, moving on. He experienced through this. Now everyone's caught. It's been turned to coffins. He met a boy in a lobby. Signed a contract of anything it's his responsibility if anything happens. After that, he met with Yukari and Mitsuru in the dorms. After that, Yukari shows him around. So basically, the next few days, they've been scouts looking at him. And then till that one fatal day of a new moon, Akihiko said there was another big one. A huge shadow they've been fighting for the near 2 years. So they had to get out. Yukari is supposed to be protecting Makoto, but she wasn't very brave enough to fight the shadow. So Makoto just, without no emotion or hesitation, just picked up the gun called Evokers. That's how they summon their personas. You point at your head and you shout out persona, or the name of the persona, and you fired it. Oh, fun fact, I actually have an actual life evoker on my stand right now. Yeah, the thing had to be very detailed too, so... But it doesn't really actually fire or make noises. That's the sad part. Anyway. My persona, Orpheus, came out of nowhere. But then something tragic happened inside your body. Another weird persona come out. That one name is Thanatos, the persona of death. It killed the big shadow. So pretty much after that, only like a little bit remaining of the shadows are here, and Thanatos revert back to Orpheus. So forth we meet with the other characters that join Cease. It's only been Akihiko and Mitsuru, your seniors, then Yukari, who's recently had joined, then there's you, who just joined only a matter of just after waking up after a week. Should make a series called for story time with 17. You know, man, that's actually, that was a good idea I had at one point, but I just don't know how to start it. So I guess you brought the idea. Maybe this live stream today will be just story time with 17. So, continuing on with the story with this game. You've been passed out for a whole week after gaining your new power. Pretty much, Yukari tells that she's especially the same way. She lost her dad 10 years ago in an explosion. Thanks, Mass. Glad you to help me out. But she still has her mom. She hasn't seen her mom in over 10 years. Yeah, pretty long for someone like that to have a grudge for their mom after your dad's died. And then after a while, we met up with Junpei, who also was a new kid since he was in the 5th grade. So he's pretty much been well around in there. Then after a while, Akihiko says we have another member, which is Junpei, surprisingly. Crying in the middle of a convenience store like a baby. But he said, Akihiko senpai says that's pretty normal. So, after having just those three, they explore this one place called Tartarus. But it's in front of their school. But here's the thing about the Dark Hour. The school is also enhanced with the Dark Hour. As soon as Dark Hour hits, the school had transformed into this colossal labyrinth of a tower called Tartarus. But it's only appeared during the Dark Hour. But Tartarus has also relations to what happened 10 years ago. So, only with Junpei, Yukari, and Makoto Yuki. With enough of them to actually explore inside Tartarus. Akihiko and Mitsuru said they've only been into the entrance. They never actually been inside the Tarfus. So with enough of them, the Persona users, to actually explore. They was going to pick up a team member that wanted them to be leader. And surprisingly, Akihiko chose Makoto, which kind of upset Junpei because basically the guy is pretty much laid back and nothing really fazes him, and he doesn't look much of a leader. But truth is, he actually fought the shadows the same day he got his persona. Akihiko also say is that can they actually summon their personas without any hesitation like he can. You know, without any hesitation to fight shadows when they're near him. And just pull your evoker without no hesitation. So from that forward, he became team leader. So based on the matter of time to the next full moon is going on, the first huge shadow they ever seen after the full moon, it was in the monorails. And a little funny of that, we were just on that little dancing scenario on the monorails. That's what the next big shadow was for their first mission. But Junpei, as the knucklehead he is, he just basically just went on trying to go find the shadow by himself. Which he still holds a grudge against Makoto because he was picked leader. Once again. Or reason why he was picked leader because he's possessed of the wild card, since he can hold more than just one persona, since he's infilled with the contract. So he's been holding grudges against Makoto because he's been picked leader and not him. Until they reached up to the shadow, they defeated it. But they couldn't do any casualties anywhere on the monorail because they'll be all over the news. It was a sudden accident or destruction in town that no one remembers. So they have to keep these towns safe. For the next one, it's been a matter of the next couple of weeks has passed. There's known about the girls that's been disappeared in the school, and they reappeared back in front of the school, which they all fell ill. Some say that this all has to do with a spirit hunt in the school, which piques Mitsuru and Akihiko's interest to actually figure out if this actually really was true. Yukari did not like this because she's afraid of ghosts, but she doesn't want to admit that. So, after a few days of actually asking around, it's all leaked up to that there was actually no spirit, which they go into the darkened alleyway, where they met with a figure, another Cease member who actually left the group 2 years ago, Shinjiro Aragaki, a senior just like Akihiko and Mitsuru. But to him, he left the group for a tragic accident that happened 2 years ago. He may look scary and mean, but the guy is actually kind of soft-hearted. But he's kind of more like a hard-headed senpai that you can actually get a bad influence from. But the guy thinks that the whole Fuka Yamagishi, the same grade, junior, as Makoto, Junpei, and Yukari, they think that she's dead because of her spirit was haunting the school. Truth be told, there was actually 2 girls who were actually affiliated with Fuka's class, who locked her in the gym, but they didn't go to look for her. Her body was gone. They were going to get in trouble because the school had not notified or any issue about her being missing. They only affiliate as her being sick. Which now, the Cease group has decided to actually do the same alternative way as sneak into school at night before the dark hour to save Fuka. Make sure that she's alive or dead. here's the thing about this one. The dark hour is only 1 hour each night. The dark hour's time is basically different if you're inside it for too long. It was a theory that Akihiko has said. Basically, since it's been that many days from out for that 1 hour, basically the hours that matter in there is how long she's been in there for too long. Basically, they go on and say she may be linked to another one with a potential, a persona user, but they say that she looks very feeble and weak, so they're really unsure. The matter point is they have to save her before anything can happen. They only last an hour within the dark hour, but Fuka's been in the dark hour and Tartarus as long as she's been in there. Mostly up to like 10. It's been over 10 days she's been missing. So in Tartarus hours, she could be in there for a whole 10 hours. So they actually go through the gym way and wait to dark hour. Mitsuru and Yukari waited at the entrance, since Mitsuru's persona is basically all the abilities to sense inside the Tartarus, and also the Shadow's abilities. Never played the game, Persona games, and yet I'm learning so much information. Yeah, Sana, you're actually getting a lot more information about the game. This is just where the fun actually begins, really. So, they went the same way. But the bad thing about them entering the same way that Fuka did, Makoto, Junpei, and Akihiko, they all got separated within the Tartarus, which is the second block of the school. But the same little boy that Makoto had met has also been there, since it's usually they never actually meet anywhere outside his room. So, they know that something is here, something inside of Tartarus, the next big shadow. So, after coming back and met up with Akihiko and Junpei, they've been hearing a noise, like someone is talking. Turns out it was Fuka, who was alive. She's been avoiding the shadows that's inside the Tartarus. But for some reason she says that she can sense them, which is somewhat like an ability like Mitsuru's persona can do. Since he couldn't get any connections, since they were too far up, they decided to go back. When they looked out at the window of Tartarus, they saw that the moon was full. And they realized just now, that same night of the second mission and the mission before, it was a full moon where these big shadows have always been out. So if my calculation was right, every full moon, these big shadows always come out, and they'll be outside of Tartarus. But Fuka has actually sense of there's two big shadows, and it was below where the entrance was. They got there. Mitsuru was injured. Yukari was by her side. They couldn't do any damage to either the two of the shadows. Until the one girl that locked up Fuka, she somehow walked in there because she heard voices. But the two shadows was going to attack them. Fuka grabbed the evoker and she summoned her persona, Lucia. But her persona, Lucia, it only pinpoints the shadow's weaknesses. is not really a fighting persona like the others. So, with the fight done, and Fuka's friend, Natsuki, she was okay. So after a while, they had to wait until she was completely recovered, and Fuka returned back to school. So from that point on, Fuka is be their main navigational persona user, since she can pinpoint where the shadows are and their weaknesses. So forth a few times passed. It was getting to the point of summer. Right there, they actually thinking of what to do for the summer break. They have no idea. But the chairman, Yakusuke, he decided they should go to Yakushima. Oh, wait, I think someone's coming at my door. Oh, the story's gonna be on pause real quick. Okay, I'm back. I have to tell the story. Yeah, the chairman, he was there because Mitsuru's father, who was another survivor, who was actually at Yakushima for vacation. So, actually I think I'm gonna have a little something. Yukari and Fuka, for like a favor for the incident that happened 10 years ago. Turns out there was an explosion 10 years ago at the school, and like half of the students that were absent, they were hospitalized. Very tragic for that too, but they all were known as absent because the school was built with the Kirijo group that was founded by Mitsuru's grandfather. And details on that. It was her grandfather who pushed on the project for the shadows, and that explosion is what caused those shadows to come here, which also creates the dark hour. And then after so and so went forth, I got another call, guys, hold on. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have calls in and out, everyone. So basically, the summer trip, they all really go to Yakushima, which is a little break if you know all these missions they had. So they actually met over to this little mansion, which is owned by the Kirijo. So pretty much, Mitsuru Kirijo is actually rich. Actual life maids, a mansion on an island far away. Yeah, pretty much Mitsuru was a rich girl. So was her father. So, after some time passed, Mitsuru talked to her father that she had been told half the story about the incident that happened 10 years ago. He sounded disappointed that she only told half the story. She thought it wasn't really relevant to anything, and she blames herself for that incident that happened. He said it's not her fault, she has nothing to be blamed for. So that night, he showed video evidence of what happened 10 years ago to the group. The man was speaking in the video. It piques up Yukari's interest, because the guy in the video that filmed it was her father that died 10 years ago in the explosion. Pretty much he blames himself for it. And Mitsuru's father and grandfather, who keeps pushing him on forward to study these shadows. And that's what caused the explosion. They were to blame for this accident. They were held responsible. Because he sees that it's fate because Yukari Takeba, who's related to Mr. Takeba, the researcher from the incident 10 years ago. It must have been fate since she became a Persona user. But she got really upset and just ran off. So Mitsuru asked Makoto to go chase after her, which found her on the beach alone. He tried his best to calm her down, which led things another. They had to return back because anywhere the dark hour still happens. Because it's basically true. Only they remember what happened in dark hour. No one else that has the potential will not remember a thing. So, as the next day go by, it was just silence between Mitsuru and Yukari. Until Ikusuke, the chairman, says that there is actually a shadow weapon that was on the loose. But the guys, you know, based on Junpei's idea, were just on the beach. Thanks to Junpei's whole preferred action, the girls had to go on their own for that reason. So, they went all around talking to these different girls. Let's see. Going through that was kind of embarrassing. Especially when the one last one I'm not going to talk about. But anyway, they actually thought they're going to give up on the hunt. Until they met Igus, who looks just like a normal human girl, but wearing a beautiful blue sundress. So, one after another, they tried to talk to her. She said that she's looking for a human. But Junpei was turned down, that she was not looking for him. To Akihiko, she turned him down too. But as soon as she saw Makoto, she let out a gasp. She senses something familiar about him. But the other two didn't hear a thing. So, Igus, who ran off in the forest by herself. Makoto chased after her, and saw where she was in the deeper part of the forest. She said that she found him. It was her priority to be with him. Which kind of shocked the whole group. The girls had met up after her soon. But it turns out at the same time Ikusuke, who actually knows that Igus had ran off by herself. It turns out that Igus was not human, but she actually is an anti-shadow weapon robot that looks human. She can also use the personas. The persona named Palladium. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually mention the other personas. Yukari's persona is a Io. Akihiko's is Paladusis. Junpei is Hermes. Mitsuru's is you start with a P. Oh right, Mitsuru's name is Padasileus. And while ours is Orpheus. Yeah, I forgot to actually mention all the deceased members' personas, what they have. So yeah, okay, there we go. So then after the remaining one day in their final trip in Yakushima, they returned back to the dorms. And they waited a few days until actually go back to explore Tartarus again. And then they got a text from Akihiko saying that they have an urgent message from Ikusuke, the chairman, saying that there's another new member joining. So they all went to the school, but Fuka stayed behind with her friend Natsuki. So the rest of them actually go see the chairman, who's actually in front of their school. And he brought a guest with them. So pretty much this guest was a young kid named Ken Amada, who is a 5th grader. So pretty much their other potential user was Ken Amada. Ken Amada, he has much relatives, but he still is at a dorm with other kids. So pretty much family issues just not very good with him since he lost his mom at a very young age 2 years ago. But he remembers that. He doesn't really trust adults. But for his age, Yukari and Fuka say he's quite mature. Surprisingly, it's true. But he kind of looks up to Akihiko, since he actually was the captain of the boxing team and never lost a single match. But Akihiko seems nervous when he talks to Ken. So, as some time passed, they actually saw the next shadows. Until a matter of days, they actually know there was another little shadow that Akihiko found out. But this was near a shrine. But the sad thing about this one, they actually went there. It's not a big threat shadow because it's not the full moon. This is actually just a little shadow that just escaped from Tartarus. The thing about this one, it's in front of a shrine. And what they saw, that the shadow was actually defeated already. It was by a little dog named Koromaru, who used to belong to an old man priest who actually used to take him on walks. Koromaru was actually a special breed dog. He actually understands the human language. He's very well trained. He takes himself on walks by himself almost every day. It was actually Koromaru who actually defeated the shadow. And for some of their surprise, a dog is actually a persona user. But he was badly injured for the fight with the shadow protecting the priest's shrine. I guess he can actually understand dog talk, because they don't have their own type of language. But she can understand what he's saying. So therefore, Koromaru became the new member. It's surprising. And next let's go on to the next about these 3 unknown groups that Shinjiro actually met a few times, called Strega, Takaya, a slim, silver-haired guy with tattoos over his body, Jin, the guy with glasses that wears a green outfit and carries a suitcase everywhere, and Chidori, a melatonin-looking female with red hair and a white dress. And it turns out, Fuka-kun sensed these guys actually were there at their next mission. It's because these guys can actually hit themselves, thanks to Chidori's power with her persona. The Strega group is actually our persona users themselves. It's very odd they actually know there are more persona users than just the Cease group. So as they're learning about their intentions, they're actually trying to stop them from getting rid of the Dark Hour and Tartarus. The Strega group was not going to let this go, even if it means they have to kill them. So they've been watching from afar and see their tactics. They've been getting numbers and number of people and cease. So they had to intervene somehow. Until it actually passed on. A few more days it's been up. In 2 days, it's been another month. Junpei had actually met Chidori in front of the floor shop. She'd been sketching day after day, until he actually noticed that her hand was bleeding from a cut. And then when he saw her again, her cut has been healed completely, like it was never there. We seem very acquainted for just now. And it turns out that Chidori knows about the whole dark hour and the whole time between the day and the next. So Junpei says that he's one like the leader of their group. Until the next mission. Well, so far before then. Shinjiro Aragaki. He actually joined their team after knowing that Ken Amada had joined them. But it's actually as far as Ken's motive to actually join Cease on his own. Since that Shinjiro actually knows that he joined, and it was his choice, he joined too. After this one, Chidori actually ambushed Junpei and told him to call off the mission if he really was the leader. He proved out that he was not the leader. It's like no one would listen to him. Until they actually found out that Chidori was holding Junpei captive. They restrained her and took her evoker away before she summoned her persona, Medea. They put her in the hospital to question her. So they couldn't go to Tartarus until they got a clear answer from Chidori. But she seemed to only open up to Junpei. Very much likely, matter of days has went past. And then more time has been passed. She seems to open up a lot more to Junpei. They seem like they talk like they were friends. And so the next full moon, Shinjiro wasn't there, and neither was Ken. But Shinjiro said don't worry about it, he'll meet up with them in the mission. But unknown to Ken's disappearance is unknown. So even after their mission was done, they still haven't seen Shinjiro or Ken until Akihiko figured out today was October 4th. And he went to look for them in a hurry. And then it occurs to Mitsuru's interest is that October 4th, it was the same day that Ken Amada's mom was killed from 2 years ago. She was more focused on the mission. She didn't even notice about that. So Ken called Shinjiro in the back alley, the same place where his mother was killed. He was going to find his killer, and found out it was Shinjiro Aragaki who killed his mom. His mom got involved with the incident with the Shadow. His Shadow was lose control, and he was still new. Shinjiro had killed Ken's mom. And he ended up regretting it since then, and that's why he left the group. So, as he looked death in the eyes, Shinjiro will allow Ken to kill him. But Takaya had intervened, because he overheard that Ken had no reason to live anymore. But he knew that his mom does not want him to do that. He had no reason to keep going. People just shows him sympathy. But Takaya was going to do it anyway, as fate chose it for them, and shot Shinjiro. He was going to aim for Ken too. Shinjiro protected Ken from dying, which ended up getting him killed. Okay, here's a little side link about the fact about this one. With the male one, the male protagonist Makoto, Shinjiro actually died from protecting Ken. And there's a female route on the portable version that if you max out Shinjiro's social link with her, Shinjiro actually falls into a coma state in the hospital. But we're gonna go with the main story. Shinjiro was shot dead in front of the whole Cease group. So, the school actually holds a memorial for him because he's still a student, a senior at Gekukan High. No one really has any motive to actually say anything or do anything after what happened to a very good friend that just joined back Cease. But they still have to keep going for him. Akihiko was devastated. He was sad that he lost his best friend. The friend that he grew up with at the orphanage. For him and his little sister Miki, who also died in the orphanage in a fire. Aki wanted to get stronger so he knew to do what's right. He's been holding himself against with that grudge forever since he lost his little sister at the orphanage when they were just kids. But now he lost his best friend, Shinjiro. But he realized that crying won't do anything good, and can't live in regret in the past no longer. And that through that story, Akihiko was the first one to get his ultimate persona from Palladus and transform into Seizure. And they found out that Ken had ran away from the dorm. It's funny that Akihiko actually found Ken the next day, at the same spot that his mom died and Shinjiro died. You know, he made a vow to keep going and live on. Akihiko talked to him and gave him a lecture that whatever he decides, he won't hold it against him. It's his choose to live, it's the same way for everyone else. So Ken actually goes and make a vow for both Shinjiro and his mom to keep going and live on. He has a whole life ahead of him. And therefore, he unlocked his ultimate persona, which I just forgot the name of. Hold on, I had to look at this. Because his persona is Nemesis. I forgot this. Bring that up. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring up their name, their personas as well. Ken's persona, well, his first persona before he transformed, Nemesis. And then it transformed to his ultimate persona, Kalanemi. And then Koromaru's persona, which doesn't really have an ultimate persona, it just stays the same. His persona, Cerberus. And then Shinjiro's persona, who doesn't even have a ultimate persona since you know he died and everything. His persona, Castor. So, after the king came back, he decided to keep fighting for Shinjiro and his mom. He wasn't going to be afraid anymore. So, after they do the next few missions, Makoto saw the little boy again, whose name is Pharaohs, who actually became his memories of his purpose of seeing him. And he disappeared because they were friends. And then after some time, November hit, with a new student named Ryoji. He was a new kid that came from overseas. So as some time passed, the Igus felt very strange against Ryoji, saying that he was dangerous. He was just a nice new transfer student who's very into hitting on girls and go on dates and all such. But more onto the story with that. Until like November, and so, Igus actually went out after the Dark Hour was done with. but it was still here. Hang on. So guys, I'm going to have to cut this story short. I'm probably going to do a part 2 on the next live stream soon, so I hope you enjoy the live. I'm going to go anyhow. Yeah, family's here. So, see you next time.